Welcome back to Tech, Tesla and Trends. I've been pondering last night's reveal of the Tesla Semi, and I am convinced that this is the most disruptive EV on the face of the planet. And I don't say that lightly. And the reason for that is what it disrupts. The trucking industry and how it disrupts it. It doesn't eliminate the industry, it radically alters it. It changes the particulate counts, obviously. It changes the noise pollution, which is a huge one. How many counties and towns that you've ever driven into have the signs up that the use of a Jake brake or compression braking or whatever they're calling it these days, noise pollution, is illegal. That's just for the small people that are on the fringe, living next to the road. For the truck driver driving that truck, it's noise, it's vibration, all of that. Now, some of it, granted, might eventually lull you and you'll grow accustomed to. But again, as Elon is fond of saying, no part is the best part. Well, in this case, no noise is the best noise, or no vibration is the best vibration. And looking at this from a perspective of how it changes the day-to-day of the delivery of goods and services is not insignificant. And frankly, if Tesla does not have 50,000 semis on the road in 2024, the price of $180K is going to be a cheap thing of the past. We think that the price increases on 3Y and X and S and all of the rest of them are significant in some areas of the world. Those will be nothing compared to what happens with semi. If Tesla is unable to meet the production necessities of hundreds of thousands of semis that are required to deliver goods and services. Now, at a minimum, we're looking at a 25% increase in price when the order button is restored to the website. I suspect it'll be more, because there's no way that Tesla can allow the Semi, again, the most disruptive EV on the planet, to have a wait time for delivery from order to delivery of greater than 3 years. And they've already done 5 due to development and a worldwide pandemic that changed how supply chains and everything else work together. You look at how that whole interaction and dynamic, that's the only reason that 5-year wait was acceptable. Going forward, Semi is foundational to just about every green agenda item and goal that is out there, because it is the end delivery, moving of products or products from point A to point B, that gets it to the hands of the consumer, or at least the store where the consumer can acquire it. As such, semi is not nothing. It's not maybe it'll do some good. Maybe it'll be game changing. Maybe it'll be something. Semi is foundational to the new electric economy. All of the Green New Deal, all of the wonderful things that are potential in that require the efficient flow of goods and services, or it will crumble due to the cost and weight. Semi is the answer, but it needs production. And again, if Tesla is unable to bring 50,000 semis onto the roads by 2024, like they're saying, the cost of a new semi, whenever it goes back on to the website, is going to be significantly above that $180K that it once was for 500 miles. Be a minimum 225, and I bet you it's at least 33%. So, which 225's 25%. Anyways, you look at where that's going, and it is an absolute necessity that Tesla deliver on this 50,000 production over the next 2 years. They have 2023 and 2024 to deliver on that. Now, it's possible, theoretically, especially if Tesla already has a very clearly identified production ramp. So far, I have not seen what the factory for making semi looks like. If they have a fully worked out alien dreadnought for semi, it's a done deal. They should. It's been 5 years. This should be an easy one for Tesla to ramp up. And it's important that they do, because this one product is very, very much, and I cannot stress it enough, how foundational it is to the overall transition of this economy. Just from a cost perspective to the consumer, we need those semis on the ground, rolling across America, rolling through Europe as well. Given its size, it should be able to compete against any one of the European trucks in Europe. Whether that'll happen quickly, I don't know. I'm not sure on that particular one. I fully expect that Mercedes will buy 2 trucks. I mean, after all, that was the intention, or the statement years ago by their CEO. If they pull this off, we'll have to buy 2 of them, one to tear down because we've clearly missed a fundamental law of physics. Yeah, no kidding. Mercedes are behind the ball. Now, semi itself, from a transitional perspective for our economies, is critical right now. Given the radical change that has come about in fuels, it is vital that semi is on the roads and charged and rolling. Vital to the economy, not just of the United States, but of the world. Because the cost of everything is going up. And the transportation, that from the ship to the store process, or the warehouses where it's shipped to another store, that is where cost gets added again and again. And it's important that this delivery method, this shipment, this lifeblood, this flow of goods is enabled in an effective, and not just effective from moving from point A to point B, but effective from a standpoint of the operators. Can they afford to deliver those goods and provide for their own livelihood? The current price of diesel has certainly made that very difficult for owner-operators. It's going to be a very different world. And the Tesla Semi is at the forefront of that. All the rest of the EVs that are on the road, they're part of the equation. All of the backbone support in batteries and solar power that's feeding into those batteries at the charging stations and the distribution lines that are connecting those. That's all important. But the whole reason all of that exists is for the flow of goods from ports to warehouses to stores. And this is why the Tesla Semi is a foundational and most disruptive of all EVs on the planet right now today. I cannot stress that enough. And I'm absolutely not doing it enough credit for what its impact will be. I would love to hear your comments on what you think makes the Tesla Semi such a disruptive vehicle. From my perspective, it's clear to me that it is. But I'd love to hear your take. Maybe you think I'm completely wrong. If so, let me know. I'm always open to a good point of argument or point of order. And just make sure it's logical. And then we'll see you in the comments. Have a good night.